Being an investigator is difficult, mostly because you are literally just moving from crisis to crisis. You're just always working through trauma with families while having to try to stay grounded yourself, and that is extremely difficult.
We use ourselves to engage with clients, and that is the cornerstone to child welfare work. To be able to do that effectively, people need the time and opportunity to think about how it feels to be in relationship with others and how to maintain a healthy self.
I'm really passionate about reflective consultation as a way of supporting people who do direct practice and even people in administration who are working with young children and families who've experienced trauma, adversity, and stress. It can really help manage the emotional impact of the work and also help people sort through the chaos and start to think more clearly about how can they support this child? How can they support this family? How can they try to attend to a child's developmental needs and relationship needs, even amongst the chaos?
In reflective consultation, we're thinking about how we feel because the work impacts us, but we're also thinking about feelings as information. So maybe how did it feel to be in relationship with that client? How do I feel pulled to engage? And by thinking about that in reflective consultation, I gain clarity.
The model uses most often mental health trained folks to bring pieces of that mental health lens to a non-mental health workforce. It most often happens bi-weekly or monthly. It can happen in person, one-on-one. It can happen in a group setting. It can happen virtually.
I would meet bi-weekly with the consultant doing the reflective consultation for an hour over video conferencing and discuss my cases and my work. Being able to take a step back and actually look at your practice in a more holistic way and think about how it's impacting me, how it's impacting the families, what each member of the family, what their perspective might be of the circumstances was extremely helpful.
It's a holding space, a space where I could feel comfortable expressing my feelings in relationship to my work, a place where I could be vulnerable and talk about things that I didn't know, a place where I could get help in organizing my thoughts and wonders and feelings about a situation and feel regulated.
Even though reflective supervision and consultation have become an embedded part of programs like Head Start, Nurse Family Partnership, and Healthy Families America, it's new in other work contexts, such as child welfare.
The system right now, the child protection system, doesn't inherently have training from a state down level on how do you support the workforce, how do you prevent turnover, how do you help people kind of understand their own implicit bias and what that brings to the work that they do. We don't have a lot of that built in right now. I would recommend that everyone participate in reflective supervision or reflective consultation. I think they would see lots of benefits to doing it. If workers are able to recognize what they bring to their work, then we as a system, as a child protection system, can prevent any further traumatization to families. The child protection system is already a traumatic experience for children and families, so workers have to be aware of their own stuff so that we can prevent that in the future. Sometimes there are administrators who worry about cost effectiveness, the cost of hiring new staff, and traumatizing families as a system is way higher than, a couple $100 a month to support your staff in building their reflective capacity.
The reflective consultation really did help set how difficult it is in context, but also focus on child development outside of child safety so you could really take in that bigger picture.
The payoff can be big, both in your retention rates and also in your employees' well-being, and in them feeling like they are effective in their work.